Here's Wilson gets hit.
This is a hand issue.
Overthrown. Aaron Donald gets a hit on Russell Wilson, and the middle finger of Wilson.
Are we making it worse as players when we start grabbing these things and
trying to make it work again? I mean, it's not helping. You want to right away put not a tourniquet, splint on it in order to decrease the motion, especially with an injury like that. Mallet finger, what happens is you actually have a fracture from the tendon that attaches to the top of the finger that allows you to move your finger this way. So imagine you lose that tendon, the finger just hangs. You remember this one?
A couple of years ago, yeah, for sure. Take off to the left, get pulled down by Logan Ryan.
Oh, the leg is facing the other way. This mechanism here of having the other player's knee fall directly onto his ankle and see the change. You know, this is a compound fracture because it's poking out of his skin. Have you ever seen on the field an injury this gruesome?
Absolutely. And also this play, right? This play is a banned play. This is a horse collar, right? So like grabbing the guy by the back of his neck and pulling him down, but it's how they do it with their body weight. It's a very dangerous play. We can play hard and play rough, but we should also try to protect each other on the field. He's lucky, actually, it wasn't his knee as well.
Probably, I wouldn't be surprised if he broke both a tibia and fibula, but there you could put hardware. Recovering a knee is tricky because now you're talking about soft tissue damage as opposed to bones. Bones heal well. Soft tissue, ligaments, tendons, those can be tricky in some cases, especially for an athlete like that.
Right.
So this is bad.
It's another one.
Here comes the blitz. And there goes Alex Smith down at the 40-yard line. Kareem Jackson.
He doesn't know that Alex is injured.
Alex Smith is down.
Here's the mechanism. Leg got caught. Oh,
jeez. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so you could see again, loose bones, What's unique about this fracture, after reviewing it, is it's a spiral fracture, which means that there was like a torsional force on the bone. So it doesn't just break on one line, it kind of breaks on a diagonal line going up the bone. And that obviously is a different level of fracture because now it's creating a sharp point that comes out through the skin and becomes really problematic. And for Alex Smith, this was even worse because then he developed a bacterial infection, ended up with sepsis. Sepsis is basically when the infection actually enters from the wound into your blood, goes throughout the body, and then that bacteria causes all your blood vessels to dilate. And when your blood vessels dilate, your blood pressure drops, so you don't get enough circulation to your brain, your vital organs. We actually invited Alex Smith to the podcast.
Alex Smith, come. I love you. Here you go again.
And it was Lawrence Taylor who slammed Theismann to the ground at the 42-yard line. We'll look at it with the reverse angle.
I didn't see what exactly happened.
It's similar to...
Oh, yeah, the leg got caught.
But it's similar to that same horse collar from Dak Prescott.
Yeah, the jump. You know, now we have different rules for quarterbacks. Do you think the rules have gone and the pendulum has swung a little bit too far in protecting quarterbacks, or do you think it's fair?
Too far. Listen, we got to make the game safer. I'm all for that, protecting guys. But what I don't want to see is what we saw a few times this year, defensive player running in the pocket and literally just chest bump the quarterback. The quarterback stands up, shocked, and get out the pocket, throws it away or throws a completion or throws a touchdown. It's tough. It's a tough thing. It's a business. But right now, I don't think it's all the way fair for the defender.
Oh, this is college.
This was nasty.
Oh my God.
This is brutal.
This is the knee injury.
That's right.
The ACL, MCL here. See, this is where I'm talking about where on this exam, there's tears, there's massive global swelling. You can't make a diagnosis.
That's right.
You just know something is torn.
That's right. You need to get images on it.
You need to get images. You need to go back on the replay, see what happened, and then you could make an educated guess. Oh, this is terrible.
Oof.
Yeah. Oh, this is really problematic. Oof.
When you see some of these injuries, you know, a lot of times you just look at the player on the ground, but there's so many other people that's like counting on this person to get up and be healthy. Sure. And you're thinking about that as an athlete. Yeah. Some of the first things you think about is like, oh, can I play again?
Steady on the back end for the Patriots. Here's Murray.
Slide. Oh,
yeah, you don't know.
He got caught.
You know what? Yeah. When you see a non-contact injury, you automatically think the worst.
Yeah.
It's like when a guy goes down and no one touches them, you're like, oh, this is bad.
Right there from the footage, I could tell you it looks more ACL because he's trying to move forward. Like his body's trying to move forward, but his cleat is planted. So his upper leg continues to move, but the lower leg is stuck. So that tells me the thing that keeps your knee in place from extra forward motion is the ACL is gone.
To a rolling left with the grain and down he goes.
Oof.
Slung down.
And this wasn't on purpose
No.
by the Bengals by any means.
No, not at all.
It's momentum.
When you see this as a doctor, you know, seeing them in this state, fingers, everything's stuck like that.
The concern for me goes into a situation is there bleeding inside the brain? Is this a seizure from such a bad injury? Because all those things are very possible with a hit like that. That was vicious. And the fact that that happens so often and then underreported, underrecognized. I understand from players, like I've had players ask me to clear them for things. And I understand that they're coming from a good place, but I still don't know how to have that conversation in a good way because it feels like I'm keeping them from something that they want success in, but I'm also looking after their health. So I don't even know what the right things to say is to pacify that situation. How do you feel as an athlete? Have you ever had a concussion?
One, for me, I mean, just going off of Tua, it's hard because I masked the one that I had because it was my contract year. It's tricky because there's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of like business behind it, but not even business. It's like, it's everything. Like when I said with Willis McGahee, when you're laying on the ground, you know, I probably would have been thinking about, you know, my mother, my sister who had just had a kid at 16. So a lot of times not even just about you. But with Tua, the older me, wiser me, mature me, again, it's like sit your ass down.
Yeah.
Right? Because like there's this discussion after he suffered his second one and we're looking at, you know, this third one that he actually reported. It's like, will he play in a playoff game? Is he going to come back? And it's like, that doesn't matter right now. To have 2, 3, 4 in 1 year, now you're looking at your career definitely being over.
Life. I mean, worry. You know, there's personality changes that happen with a concussion, especially in the short term. They get aggressive. I seen the sweetest high school kids that I met them before the game. Sweetest kids. They get a concussion. Yelling, screaming, cursing out their trainers who they have a great relationship with. So you see that on the sideline from one of your teammates. Are you telling them sit down?
What did I like to say?
What do you like to say?
Sit your ass down.
You said that before?
Oh, absolutely. Especially with concussions. Even, you know, at the height of this discussion, you know, even in boxing, right? Someone gets knocked out and me to everybody just like, you feel it. Everybody feels that, you know? So no, I'm telling my brother, you know, to go sit down. You know, it's not worth it.
For sure.
Here's Higgins wide open to midfield and lowers the shoulder.
This one's hard. And it's emotional because, you know, he died on the field, right?
That's something most people don't say. That's accurate, actually.
That's right.
So obviously, initially, you see contact, chest contact, but then you also see his head hit the ground. So it's hard for me to know right at the outset what's happening. But you know what we do differently as sports med doctors? Mechanism of injury, like how an injury happened, sometimes gives us more info than actually doing an exam. Knowing that he became pulseless, knowing that his heart stopped abruptly, and then seeing that hit to the chest is the reason why a lot of doctors jump to speculate that this is that commotio cordis condition where in a very specific millisecond of a moment during the electrical rhythm of your heart, you take a physical trauma to the chest wall and your heart goes into an abnormal rhythm, which basically leaves you pulseless.
So everybody should be certified to do CPR.
Yes.
Right? You know, the assistant athletic trainer to be the one that jump in there and get the job done. Like that says a lot about him, and that was big.
Because that saved his life. What happens in CPR is you're squeezing the heart through the outside of the chest by putting the pressure in 2 inches deep, and then you're actually moving the blood in the body as if the heart was beating, and the blood does not get reoxygenated, but there is some oxygen still left in the blood. So you're circulating that blood, extending the time to get the defibrillator, the medical assistance, all of these tools that can be used to bring this person back. So CPR absolutely saved his life here.
Will he play again?
Speculation. Even the condition that I was talking about, the doctors thought he was having, that's one level of speculation. And maybe we can get there because we can watch the mechanism. But not being his doctor, not knowing the full medical history, that's not even right for me to say.
On the catch by the rookie. Josh Malone,
oh, this was a tough one.
Out of Tennessee, and Ryan Shazier, the leader of this Pittsburgh defense, is not getting up.
There's a spinal injury here, right?
That's never a good
Jeez. Oh my goodness.
It's scary watching a hit with the crown of the head obviously for the player receiving the hit, but also the player delivering the hit.
That's
because
right.
you're putting a major compressive force onto your spine. Remember, there are bones there, but then there's also soft discs that cushion the padding, the gravity and the bones from rubbing on each other, and those can pop. Those can go and start putting pressure on your actual spinal cord.
Miller and Allen. And Talib then comes over.
Oh, he did that on purpose?
Man,
that's
Talib.
savage.
I forgot that play. You know, yeah, there's a lot of dirty plays. There's a lot of things that happen in that pile. You know,
yeah, I've heard of like pinching
see,
and hair pulling,
grabbing nuts.
Really?
All that type of
all
stuff.
the time. But it's funny. You're telling me about this brotherhood. You guys respect each other.
Not everybody respect the brotherhood.
And then you guys are stabbing.
Not everybody respect the brotherhood. You got to kick that person out the brotherhood.
Remember this?
Oh yeah, my deltoid. It's not my deltoid. It's freaking turf. Oh my goodness, I knew it was over.
No way.
I
Medial
think,
ankle?
The middle? So the deltoid, which is hard to snap.
Yeah, that's really hard to snap. That's like a car accident.
So there's been a lot of players complaining about this turf. Right? Even this year, you had guys go down with non-contact injuries. It's really ruining careers. That was pretty much the last of me. I felt like I could have played a couple more years, you know, but that play was over because it
Did you have
took
a full
forever.
fracture?
No, I just snapped my deltoid. That's
so
it.
Just cut it out.
That's right.
That's usually
and
one of the strongest ones.
It. That's right.
And it usually breaks off bone.
That's right. Yeah. So we've been talking about it all day, right? You know, the athlete way, the athlete's approach. So there's a lot of people right now that are Googling how to get in shape, how to eat better. I just find that, you know, we're the healthiest people on the planet. So being able to take the way we train, the way we sleep, the way we approach our mental fitness and put it into one platform, one app, and give that to people, it keeps me online when it comes to my life's work and my purpose. A lot of people just need to lean into the fundamentals.
So we can decrease these.
And outside of the big injuries, it's also just want to feel better.
Yeah.
Want to perform better.
Yeah.
Just simple. That's it.
Yeah, it's not about just preventing disease and injuries. It's about improving wellness and enjoyment.
Let's just feel better. Let's
all right, so where
better.
can people learn more about it?
You go to the App Store, search House of Athlete Plus, see a beautiful little plus sign right there, House of Athlete.
I need some plus in my life. Let's do it.